I would like to thank Caressa McKnight for sending me this story. This is nobody famous or anything like that, but she might as well be famous after the stunt she just recently pulled. This girl's name is Faith Gentry, and she's 17 years old, and she is currently facing charges for filing a false police report in which she says she was pulled over by a fake cop who happened to be black. Now, I'm ahead somewhere with this particular story because this reminds us of something else that just recently happened in the last couple of months, but let me get into it. A 17-year-old Southgate, Michigan, a 17-year-old in Southgate, Michigan is facing charges of filing a false police report after she apparently lied about being pulled over by a fake police officer who she coincidentally described as a tall black man. According to the News Herald, 17-year-old Faith Gentry stood silent during an arraignment, refusing to plead either guilty or not guilty. As a matter of routine, the judge usually takes this sort of silence as a not guilty plea. Her bond was set at $25,000, and she's scheduled for a pretrial hearing on March 8th. Now, you want to know what's so interesting about the day of March 8th? For those of you who don't know, that's considered International Women's Day. And what are the odds that she's a female and that's the day she's going for a pretrial hearing? But let me continue. Last week, Gentry appeared on Fox 2 Detroit to tell her story after she said she was pulled over. I was coming down southbound down Fort, and this cop put his lights on and I pulled over, she claimed. Gentry claimed that the man looked legit to her as a new driver dressed with a badge on his shoulder with a button-up shirt with a gun on his belt. The fake cop, she alleged, told her that her blinker was out and that he couldn't see her license plate, things that made no sense to her as her car had been recently serviced. He then told her that she would get a ticket that would be sent in the mail. I was kind of in shock. I didn't know what to do. She described the cop as a tall black man, which concerned Wyandotte police, as they said that there were no black officers on the force. Then that's a separate issue for another story. That's what they said right here. So this lets me know that this is probably a majority white town and it's probably heavily segregated. So she pretty much shot herself in the foot with that notion. Her description led police to be on the lookout for a 6-foot-tall black man with a thin build and scruffy facial hair who drives a black Ford Fusion with police on the side in gray letters. Now, you want to know what makes it so interesting? Every time they claim a black person does something, they describe this person as blackety black all the way down to a T, even down to the color of the vehicle that they're driving. They even say the vehicle is black. They never say the vehicle is another color. They never say that it's red. They never say that it's blue. They never say that it's gray, silver, white. It's always black. That's something I've always noticed. I'm scared for her to be out there, Dawn Gentry-faced mother told the news station at the time. But as we now know, this was all a lie, and thankfully no innocent black men were harmed or detained in the incident because this could have ended very differently. Over the weekend, Gentry apparently confessed to Southgate police investigators that she had made the whole story up. The confession was probably moot, though, as the Southgate police noticed early in their investigation that the story was not matching up with the facts. Public safety is our main concern, and we cannot have or tolerate hoaxes in fear of being put into our residents' minds, Southgate police noted in a statement, according to the News Herald. The police officers out working the streets of Downriver cannot do their jobs efficiently and effectively with this type of behavior. Now, just a few weeks ago, you had the whole Jussie Smollett situation with the false police report and everything like that and how much they blew that up. Now, are they going to give this chick the same treatment? Probably not, because she has 3 things on her side. 1, she's white. 2, she's a woman. And 3, she's not famous. She's not on a hit television show. She's not an entertainer of any sort or anything like that. Even though she pretty much did the same thing. So, in essence, what it sounds to me like is this chick was either, or she probably was pulled over. The cop that pulled her over most likely was not black, could not have been. It was probably most likely another white cop, but she wanted to pin this on a black man just because. So now they have gone out of the realm of blaming a black man for sexually assaulting them or raping them to saying they're pretending to be cops and they're just doing this. If she really knew the history of black people and cops in this establishment, she would know that a black person would not go out here pretending to be a cop, considering the turmoil and racist history blacks and cops have had then all the way up to now and seemingly going forward. I'm telling you, this high IQ mess is just something that they play in their brain, or lack thereof, because there must be a lot of holes in their brain, because it's nothing but a bunch of hot air flowing through it. But they need to bring her up on a few charges and find a way to make them charges stick. But if they don't, we'll know why. Y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next one.